My name is JB Seiner, and I'm involved in the Brooks Adaptive Sports and Recreation program. I'm also in an apprenticeship within the program. So I've been involved in the adaptive sports since it began in 2007, and it's been a huge part of my life. In 2006, I was in a motorcycle accident while I was a student at FSU in Tallahassee. I was doing a wheelie on a motorcycle, and when the front wheel came down, it landed in a sewer grate and flipped me over, and I broke my neck, crushed vertebrae, C4 through C6, and my spinal cord injury is at C5, C6. So I spent the first 3.5 weeks in ICU in Tallahassee, and then I was moved to Brooks here in Jacksonville. Total, I would say I was in the hospital from injury to coming home for the first time for about 5 months. I basically thought in the beginning I wasn't going to be able to do anything, that nothing that I wanted to do or wanted to accomplish was going to be possible, and it was hard to imagine myself and my personality being in this situation where I'm physically limited, because I never really had any physical limitations before. I could do basically anything that I set my mind to do physically.
Do whatever you have to do to open them up.
I was a little reluctant to go out. I didn't think I'd be able to do much with the situation I was in, but I went out to a rugby practice, and I don't think I've missed many practices since then. The people I've met through adaptive sports have been huge. I've learned how they live, how I can live, more than I would ever learn in a rehab atmosphere. It's almost like being born again with a new body and having to try to figure out how to live with that. We get new guys out to the rugby team, and we see the person that we were whenever we were injured. Sometimes guys are really motivated, they have accepted it well, they're ready to move forward and figure out how to live. And sometimes guys are, hopeless and defeated, and they come out, and we see guys over and over go through this progression of getting back to life. We see them start driving again, we see them get back in school, and we see them, have a career again, start to build a family again. And it's not necessarily because of the rugby, but it's because of that social community we have with each other, where we're helping each other. No question is off limits. So it's much more than just a sports program when they come in. We're allowing them to see the potential that they don't know they have. I think when people have no experience with someone with a physical disability or a wheelchair, they feel sorry for that person, or look down on them and feel like, oh, I could never do that, or I don't know how they do that, or their life's got to be so depressing, that's got to be so bad. But really, the wheelchair is just our way of getting around. It's not our definition of who we are as a person. One of the big themes of quad rugby, wheelchair rugby, and you'll see it on t-shirts, you'll see coaches saying it, is that we're smashing stereotypes one hit at a time. When people come out that haven't seen a wheelchair sport at all, or they haven't seen rugby, they're really shocked that these people are as competitive as they are and as driven as they are to be athletic and follow these athletic goals. When they're strapped in their rugby chair or whatever sport chair it is, and they're in the middle of that game or activity, they don't feel disabled anymore. They're just playing the game. So it's great for us to spread awareness about disability, and that just because we have a physical disability doesn't mean we're not the same people we were before. If I hadn't come across the adaptive sports program, I don't know that I would be able to see myself doing what I'm able to do today, because there wouldn't have been any examples. The program allowed me to see that light at the end of the tunnel, that hey, that guy has a similar disability to me, and he's doing all this and that I'm not able to do now. So I need to get on it and work for those things. So had I not found the program, I honestly don't know where I'd be or what I would have accomplished. I think I probably still would have gone back to school but I don't know that I would have been able to achieve the level of independence that I have now.